Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, Basic Economics with Joseph. Today's topic of conversation is going to be how to budget 101, but with a twist. You know why? That twist is going to be using the financial statement, all right? But before we start, please understand that I am not a financial advisor. I am not a financial analyst. I am just a student of financial education, all right? And I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I'll try to be more frequent. All right. So how to budget 101, ladies and gentlemen. A budget is very simple. All it is just it's just your income and your expenses. But here's the thing: most of us are trash when it comes to budget. Most Americans, most people, are extremely garbage when it comes to having a sound formulated budget. Why? It's very simple. We lack financial behavior, or should I just say discipline? All right. So before you do a budget, you have to become disciplined. You have to get disciplined. All right. And if it's just you by yourself and your finances, okay, you can take care of that. But if it's you and you have, let's say you have a joint account, or you have wife or husband or girlfriend or boyfriend, and you guys want to get on a sound budget, you guys have to have a game plan. All right. You have to be on the same wavelength. You have to be disciplined, because it will not work if one party just wants to spend and the other wants to save. You must have a game plan. You must be on the same page, and it requires discipline. All right. So let's jump in. The first thing, when you use the financial statement, ladies and gentlemen, very simple. Look at it. The first thing is you're going to have to annotate your incomes. All right. And when I say annotate your incomes, I mean annotate the income that you get on a regular reoccurring basis. So would that be every day, every week, every 2 weeks, or maybe even every month. All right. If it's a large enough lump sum to make a difference. Annotate all your incomes, all right, that you get on a regular, frequent basis. Very simple, straightforward. All right. Next is your expenses. Now this is where it gets kind of wild. All right. Now your expenses, you can put that in two categories mainly: your needs and your wants. All right. Your needs are your groceries, your gas, your daycare, the bills, the rent, mortgage, rent. Very simple. And your wants are your going shopping, your entertainment, your miscellaneous, stuff happens. I understand, pop tires. And then also, let's say like streaming services, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Disney, whatever. All right. Two categories. All right. So you must annotate the difference in those categories. All right. Um, and the next thing on this financial statement, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at it, we're going to look at the balance sheet. You have to annotate what your liabilities are. And these are going to be all your debts, or shall I say, those are going to be all your debts that are coming out. And the other one's going to be if you have any assets. Again, these are all your incomes and all of your expenses, basically. All right. So we don't have to go too much into that. All right. But you can annotate them. You can annotate, what type of expenses do I have, or shall I say reoccurring debts or liabilities? This can be my car, it could be the credit card, this can be the mortgage, this could be the personal loans, the student loans, and then your assets can be, okay, obviously, any type of, like I say, reoccurring incomes you have on a regular, consistent basis. All right. Now, very simple, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to your expenses, you want to have a percentage based. This is what I do. You want to do percentage based. Now that varies up to you. It can be 50-20-30 or 70-20-10. This is where 70% of your income goes to your needs, 10% goes to your savings, and 10% goes to paying down debt. Or 50% goes to your needs, 30% goes to your debt, 20% goes to your savings. This number varies on you and your income. All right. One thing that I do, ladies and gentlemen, is I do percentages based on where my money's going. So for example, let's say I get $5,000 in a month. Okay, and I know that in a month's time, that a third of that, or 33% of my, or 30% of my mortgage is going to go, is going to come out. So my 30% of that income is going to go to my mortgage, or 10% is going to go to groceries, or 20% is go to bills. That is one way I also annotate in percentages where my money is going. All right, because what it does is I already know automatically what's going to come out. All right, and then at the same time, what I can do is I can slowly decrease that overhead little by little. You know, some things are going to be consistent, like the mortgage, but maybe your bills can fluctuate. Let's say your bills are 15% of your monthly income. Perhaps you can get that down to 10%. How would you say? How? Maybe perhaps turn off the lights when you're not, turn off the lights in other rooms when you're not there. Cut down on water consumption. Perhaps, you know, walk to work or carpool or whatever it is. Just find ways to slowly cut down your overhead in order to put a little bit more money in your pocket. You know, even if it's $50 or $100, that $100 can go to you know, investing or savings or whatever. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, this is one thing I do, one thing that I have done. I've been pretty consistent. I've been pretty disciplined on my expenses for since I've been practicing the last couple of years with financial education, personal, when it comes to personal expenses. One thing I always do, no matter what, ladies and gentlemen, any type of income I always get, I always pay myself first. No matter what, always pay yourself first. I don't care. Always pay yourself first, all right? Because what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for success and not failure. There's a quote, all right? And I hate using the poor rich thing, but whatever. They say poor people spend first and then they invest last. Rich people invest first and then they spend what's left. But the kicker on that is it doesn't matter the amount of income that they make. Why? Because the difference is the mindset. All right. Very, very interesting. Something to think about. All right. But that is what I do. I always pay myself first. Let me give you an example. Since I have been paying myself first in terms of, you know, primarily silver, I probably say 80%. I probably pay myself every single month in silver. I can say in terms of dollars, ladies and gentlemen, my savings account in the last couple of years has exploded. Exploded, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It would be if you were to do. This is what I do. I'm not saying that you should do it, but give it a shot and purchase your savings account in terms of silver or gold or whatever, and watch your savings account explode. This is what those financial gurus like Dave Ramsey and Susan Orman do not teach, because they cater towards the 99%. Do not listen to these people, ladies and gentlemen. They're old and outdated, and if you follow their practices, you're going to be old and working until you're 70 years old. And I don't think you want to be doing that at 70 years old. You want, so do not listen to these. Do not listen to those people. They're trash. Okay. So this is what I do in terms of percentages, ladies and gentlemen. I always pay myself first, and I put all of my incomes and expenses, my expenses in terms of percentages every single month. All right, and then of course you have to subtract what's left over, or shall I say, in the world of business accounting, your income minus your expenses equals NOI. Your NOI means net operating income, basically the money you have left over. But that's usually for businesses practices, ladies and gentlemen, not so much for personal finance. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I know that was a lot of information and kind of a long video, but let me know what you think. Or if you have any tips and tricks of yourself, put them in the comment section, because you never know who's watching and you never know who you can help. All right. But like I always say, please always educate yourself, but mainly remember, educate others. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Have a good day.